Archangel Michael announces an emergency has arisen. Distressing news, truly heartbreaking, is headed toward your dwelling. The individual who caused you such pain is attend to this swiftly. My cherished child, I urge you to halt all activity for a brief moment. I require your complete and undivided attention. I recognize the rapid pace of the world, and I know your spirit has carried a heavy burden. Yet what I am on the verge of sharing is not something you can simply overlook any longer. This message pertains to someone who inflicted profound sorrow upon you, and an event is approaching your very home, destined to disrupt the quiet that has settled like a lingering shadow at your. This is critically urgent. Entrance. I am Archangel Michael. I do not convey messages unless directly instructed by the Divine Presence itself. And today I have been sent to impart this vital truth. This is far from an ordinary communication. This is a sacred warning imbued with compassion. A profound sadness is journeying towards you. And this time, its arrival will not be veiled in whispers or silence. It will manifest directly at your door. The person who once brought tears to your eyes despite their role to protect them. The individual who vanished precisely when your need was greatest. The one who uttered falsehoods, but never admitted their wrongdoing. Yes, that specific person is finally on the precipice of being revealed. And your heart, my treasured child, must be made ready. I acknowledge that this is difficult to absorb. I can sense the constriction in your chest. You are likely wondering who, when, and what future events will transpire. However, pay heed, I am not here to frighten you. My purpose is to fortify you. Because the upcoming revelation is not merely agonizing. It is also a veiled blessing. What has been obscured is about to come forth into illumination, a loving message. If this message is resonating with your spirit and you feel the stir of divine breakthrough, take a moment to like this video. Liking it will activate the flow of God's favor directly into your life, preparing you to receive every blessing He has in store. Before we explore this more deeply, pause for just a single second. If you are sensing this within your soul, if your heart started beating more rapidly as you absorbed these words, it is not by mere coincidence. Enroll now. Yes, do it right away because the subsequent message I bring will not be transmitted again. Heaven is keenly observing who listens and who chooses to scroll past. A celestial confirmation day. Your affirmation holds great significance. Enroll and inform the celestial beings know that you are attentive. Now let us continue. The individual who once harmed you presumed you would never fully mend. They assumed you would remain shattered. They were convinced that their absence would mark the absolute end of your personal narrative. But the Almighty had a different design. Heaven maintained its watchful gaze over you. Every single tear you shed, I bore witness to it. Every night you whispered why, into the profound darkness, I meticulously recorded it. But now a significant shift has occurred. A written note, a verbal communication, a knock at the door, or even a direct confrontation. It is making its way to you. As God orchestrates this profound shift in your favor, ensure you don't miss a single prophetic word. Subscribe to this channel now and activate God's prophetic promise and divine alignment in your life, guiding you through this new season with clarity and purpose. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are kind. This is what I say over you now. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. Give and it will be given to you is not just a verse for Jesus. It is a living promise that shapes your future. Allow me to invite you now with a simple act of faith. Come into this moment with purpose, with honesty, and with hope. The money you give today is not a donation. The act of spiritual obedience that lets your heavens open is what opens them. It will deliver the undeniable truth about the betrayal, about what was kept from your knowledge, about the deeds performed behind your back when you were. Let go of your seed and see what God brings back into your life. Too deeply in love to ever suspect. And can you guess what? The person responsible, they are beginning to experience genuine panic. They realize that the truth is no longer concealable. They can perceive the spiritual alarms actively sounding. They know that the one they wounded is no longer unaware, and they are gripped by profound terror. Archangel Michael has been dispatched ahead of this pivotal moment. I have been observing their every move. I have discerned the weight of guilt in their lingering silence. The specific manner in which they intentionally avoid uttering your name. The way they discreetly check on you to ascertain if you were truly content without their presence. The way they express their remorse to others yet never directly to you. But now they possess no alternative. Something far greater than their own will is about to bring them into full exposure. The truly disheartening aspect is that it did not have to unfold in this manner. They were given numerous opportunities. They received inspired thoughts, clear warnings, gentle nudges from the heavenly realm to act honorably. But they chose to ignore these divine promptings. And now they will no longer be capable of remaining hidden. My child, this is not merely about enduring heartbreak. It is fundamentally about achieving a sense of completion. It is about finally grasping the deep reasons why that particular life chapter caused such profound anguish. It is about liberating you from the invisible constraints that continue to hold your heart captive. For what is destined for your home, be it a written communication, a telephone call, a person's arrival, or even a significant spiritual sign, is designed to open the ultimate door, allowing you to walk. Whenever you recall the past, God is diligently preparing you not to collapse, but to ultimately release what no longer serves you. Through it completely unburdened. You have been earnestly seeking divine clarity. This is precisely the answer. Not delivered in the format you might have anticipated, but in the exact manner you intuitively required. The individual who caused you distress is not solely grappling with personal guilt. They are now directly facing genuine consequences. And as they desperately attempt to escape from what is imminent, the truth is accelerating at an even faster pace. You might experience waves of anger, moments of confusion, or depths of sadness. This is perfectly natural. Allow these emotions to sweep through you like a passing storm. For after the tempest subsides, truth is revealed. And after truth is revealed, profound peace will settle. However, I now request something deeply sacred from you. Because when this truth fully manifests, you will need your heart to be wide open, your perception to be crystal clear, and your spirit to be firmly anchored in. Do not seal your heart once more. Do not shut the door out of apprehension. Unwavering faith. Your entire existence is on the brink of significant transformation. Yes, you heard me correctly. A profound shift is about to occur. Not in the distant future, not in the coming year, but right now. There is a specific reason you were divinely guided to this very message at this precise moment. There is a palpable cause for the tingling sensation you feel in your soul right now. God is communicating directly and the celestial angels are surrounding you. You are not isolated, you never were. Even during those nights when you broke down completely and no one else was aware, we were present. Even when you screamed into your pillow declaring, "I'm finished," heaven distinctly heard it. And that is the very reason this message was sent. Because you are inherently deserving of peace. You are inherently deserving of answers. You are inherently deserving of justice. And my child, you deserve a love that will endure and not disappear when circumstances become difficult. If this truth resonates deep within your soul, if you are ready to claim the peace and justice that is divinely yours, type Amen in the comments. Let it be a declaration that you are open to receiving this enduring love and the healing it brings. The person who inflicted pain upon you might be making a return. Not because they genuinely wish to love you, but because the secrets they guarded can no longer remain concealed. And now they are overwhelmed with fear of exposure. But do not allow their apprehension to cloud your perception. Let the unwavering truth be your ultimate guide. Let Archangel Michael safeguard you and let your profound faith carry you through this ultimate confrontation. Soon you will utter, "I finally comprehend," and your soul will sigh with immense relief. For the heartbreak that is approaching. Your home is also the irrefutable evidence that heaven never overlooked you and that you were never truly fractured, but rather. This is not the conclusion. It marks a powerful new beginning. Undergoing divine preparation. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community, by doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says, this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Now take a breath, remain watchful. Stay resilient and patiently await, for these events are about to unfurl more quickly than you might anticipate. And now, as your heart begins to find its steady rhythm and your spirit inclines closer, permit me to convey what I distinctly perceive approaching you. Yes, I see it with absolute clarity. A revelation of truth is on its way, presented not in written form, but perfectly aligned with divine timing. You may hear a voice you had dismissed as never to be heard again, or receive a communication that arrests your progress. Perhaps an unfamiliar number will illuminate your phone display. Perhaps a name you recognize will be softly uttered by an unexpected individual. But however it arrives, grasp this understanding: it is divinely orchestrated. You did not conjure the pain, you did not magnify the silence. You were not overly sensitive. You were entirely justified in the depth of your feelings. And now heaven is providing you with unwavering support. The one who caused you hurt. They are currently facing confrontation on spiritual, mental, and emotional levels. They are being drawn into a circumstance where they must inevitably face their past actions, because the truth consistently comes knocking. And my child, it is knocking now to shatter you again, but to bestow upon you a clear heart and an unblemished path forward. Do not harbor fear towards this impending heartbreak. I know such a sentiment sounds improbable, but the instant you cease to dread it, you will feel your inherent power returning to you. The power that was gradually stripped away by confusion, by prolonged anticipation, by ceaselessly questioning if you were ever truly sufficient. Allow me to state this unequivocally, you were not merely sufficient. You were far more than they could possibly manage. That is precisely why they retreated. That is why they fabricated falsehoods. That is why they chose concealment. Because when an individual perceives the brilliance of your soul's light and comprehends they cannot match it, they resort to undermining it. But they neglected one vital detail. God never leaves his cherished child in prolonged confusion. He permits circumstances to run their course just long enough to offer them a genuine opportunity for repentance. And when they fail to seize that chance, he acts decisively. And that is precisely what is happening in this moment. Archangel Michael stands with his sword, poised, not with the intent to harm, but to sever all connections that are no longer in harmony with your souls. God is making a decisive move, and so too is the truth. Intended purpose. Because you have surpassed the sting of betrayal, you have outgrown the deception of lies. You have moved beyond endlessly waiting for someone to treat you with the proper respect you merit. If this message is illuminating your path and stirring hope within your soul, consider sharing this prophetic word right now. Sharing it will activate the anointing in your own life and share that breakthrough with your entire network, spreading God's truth and healing far and wide. My cherished child, a celestial being from heaven, has been observing you intently. A soul who once harbored profound affection for you. They have been gently whispering to you through your dreams, sending subtle signs you might have overlooked, recurring numbers, familiar songs on the radio, sudden thoughts that made no sense until perhaps a grandparent, a devoted friend, a parent, or someone who transitioned with love for you deeply embedded in their heart. This very moment, they stand beside me, actively assisting in your preparation, because this impending heartbreak is not intended as a penalty. It is a liberation. It is a divine unveiling. You are no longer the individual you were when you were first wounded. You are no longer that fragile spirit. You are not powerless. In fact, you are on the brink of entering one of the most potent seasons of your entire life. However, God cannot bestow blessings upon what is shrouded in deceit. Therefore, he is purifying the atmosphere and regrettably, sometimes truth manifests in the form of shock. Sometimes the person you held dear is the very one who caused you the most profound pain. And sometimes the longed-for apology never originates from their lips, but from God himself, delivered in the form of truth and undeniable justice. You are poised to hear something significant very soon. And when you do, I need you to recall this specific message. Its essence was never about seeking retribution. Its essence was about divine alignment. God is meticulously aligning your life. And if any individual or situation cannot journey with you into this next chapter, he will remove them. Regardless of the depth of your affection for them, I know you are already sensing this internal shift. That peculiar stirring within your core, that breath you subconsciously held, that emotion rising within your chest, allow it to surface. Permit it to move through you. Let it prepare you, because I assure you what is coming next is not a collapse. It is a necessary correction, and corrections are invariably succeeded by clarity. And clarity in turn is followed by profound new beginnings. My child, this is not a punitive measure against you. This is your divine protection. This is your inherent prophecy unfolding. This is your opportune moment to comprehend why every event transpired precisely as it did. Even their silence served as a form of answer. Even their betrayal played a role. Even their rejection ultimately functioned as a redirection. And now God is meticulously composing the final words of that chapter. But He is not doing so behind your back. He is orchestrating it directly before you so that you will never again question your intrinsic worth. So that you will never again believe that loyalty necessitates tolerating disrespect. He sees us if you are ready to truly receive this abundant love and step into the new chapter God is writing for you. Type men to affirm your readiness and declare your heart open to His divine, so that you will never again settle for anything less than the abundant love He knows you rightfully deserve. Design. My cherished child, a celestial being from heaven has been observing you intently. A soul who once harbored profound affection for you. Perhaps a grandparent, a devoted friend, a parent, or someone who transitioned with love for you deeply embedded in their heart. Now I declare this with the full backing of heaven: be still. Maintain your inner peace. Do not pursue what is actively moving away from you. Do not engage in arguments with anyone about their past actions. Do not linger by the door. Simply open your hands and receive the truth that is approaching. Because the very person who believed they evaded consequences for hurting you is about to face the undeniable justice of heaven itself. And you are destined to rise. You are destined to be truly free. You are destined to become stronger. You are destined to attract a new kind of affection. One that requires no concealment, no extensive healing, and no profound sorrow to be authentic. You are going to smile once more, laugh once more, love once more. But this time, it will be with someone who genuinely merits your soul. And that, my child, is the paramount reason why this heartbreak must occur. Not to shatter you, but to bring your healing to completion, to finalize your freedom, and to purify your heart. Now breathe again. Do you sense that? That profound lightness, as if a weight has been lifted. That is me. That is Archangel Michael. I am with you. I will guard your entrance when the truth arrives. I will stand between you and anything that dares to inflict pain upon you again. I will whisper when the time is right to speak, and I will declare loudly when it is time to move onward. But I will never abandon your side, because your story does not culminate in heartbreak. It commences with truth, and truth is almost at your doorstep. Therefore, let your heart remain open even if it trembles. Let your soul listen intently now, because what I am conveying to you is imbued with both a warning and a blessing. They assumed that distance would conceal their true intentions, but the all-seeing eyes of God penetrate deeper than human apologies, and no secret remains safe. The one who wounded you presumed that time would erase their deeds indefinitely. The era of concealment is over for both them and for you. You are being summoned into the divine light, my child. And the light, though not always gentle when it uncovers what was done in the shadows, is unfailingly loving. It is dispatched by heaven to ensure that your upcoming season of love, joy, and divine favor is not constructed upon precarious foundations. It is being built upon unshakable truth. You are deserving of knowing the complete story, and God is about to present you with the missing piece. You may weep, that is perfectly fine. Let every tear signify a release of old burdens. Let your pain flow forth like water draining from a cup that has been overflowing for far too long. Because once it is emptied, God will replenish it with profound peace. He will pour something entirely new into your being, something sacred. This individual who once toyed with your affections, they are now being played by the relentless march of time. They believed they had an abundance of it. They believed they could leave you in perpetual confusion. But time is no longer their protective shield, now it is your formidable sword. Time is now unequivocally on your side. And it is bringing absolute justice directly to your threshold. You will soon hear something utterly shocking. It might be a confession from someone closely connected to them. It might be a message relayed to you by an individual who possesses knowledge of the truth. It might even be their own desperate voice attempting to articulate what can no longer be explained away. But irrespective of its form, do not permit it to diminish your self-worth. Because even if they profess to still love you, even if they arrive in tears filled with apparent regret, remember this affection devoid of truth is mere manipulation. And you, a cherished child of God, are no longer an individual to be manipulated. You have matured, you have prayed fervently. You have sat in quiet contemplation and earnestly questioned the heavens why. And now the heavens are responding with something more resonant than you ever anticipated: the truth. Your healing is not subject to negotiation. Your future will not be compromised for fleeting emotions. You are not destined to be drawn back into a cycle of almost, maybe, and not quite. This heartbreak is sacred because it represents the final instance your soul will bear this specific wound. You are not returning to that former place. You are not repeating this particular lesson, because God is successfully completing this test on your behalf. He is finishing what you could not accomplish on your own. And I, Archangel Michael, am standing guard over your dwelling. Even at this moment, as you absorb these words, your energy is undergoing a profound shift. Even now your guardian angels are surrounding you, calming your breath, purifying the space around your spirit. The heaviness in your chest, it is dissipating. The confusion within your heart, it is receding. The fear in your mind, it is fading. Because what is approaching is not solely heartbreak. It is truth that will truly set you free. You are not meant to be anyone's secondary option. You are not meant to be loved in secrecy. You are not meant to be recalled only when they experience loneliness. You are meant to be chosen completely, openly, and unequivocally. And the person who caused you pain, they did not comprehend how to cherish that kind of radiant light. But now they understand the magnitude of what they have forfeited. Yes, that is what is arriving at your home. Not just a heartbreak, but the profound realization that someone is finally comprehending what they carelessly released. And it is far too late. My child, do not obstruct your blessings by clinging to what shattered you. Permit this truth to enter. Let it purify the space. Let it prepare you for the immense joy that awaits just beyond this moment. Your inherent strength, your undeniable clarity, your profound peace, your divine authority to declare, this is no longer for me. There exists someone out there. who will never leave you questioning your. God is not removing something from you. He is restoring something to you. Position. There exists someone who will not retreat when circumstances become challenging. There exists someone who is praying right now for a heart precisely like yours. And God is actively guiding you to them. But before you can encounter them, this particular chapter must conclude, and it will very soon. Prepare yourself, watch intently, listen carefully. Something momentous is about to arrive at your door. And once you open it, you will never be the same. The truth is approaching. The one who hurt you cannot stop it. The celestial angels are carrying it now. And now, my beloved, as we draw nearer to the conclusion of this message, this divine truth you were chosen to receive, I need you to understand this with absolute. Even as you breathe, heaven is in motion, and you, beloved, are rising. Clarity. The person who inflicted pain upon you is already experiencing the immense weight of their actions. Not because they have suddenly transformed into a better individual, but because the spiritual protection enveloping your life is rendering their soul restless. They can no longer find restful sleep as they once did. They cannot move freely without sensing eyes observing them, not human eyes, but heavenly ones. Every lie they uttered, every promise they broke, every instance they made you feel insignificant, it has reverberated throughout the spiritual realm. And now that echo is intensifying, transforming into thunder. That is precisely why you have been sensing a change in the atmosphere. That is why your dreams have been more intense and your emotions deeper than usual, because the angels have been tenderly preparing your spirit for this, for the exact moment when truth would. That is why random memories have been flickering back. Knock upon your door and gently inquire. Are you ready to cease hurting? Are you ready to stop pretending you were well when you were not? Are you ready to accept that you deserve so much more? The message that is arriving at your dwelling, perhaps in the form of a communication, a voice, a familiar face, or even an undeniable silent knowing, is not a this is that moment, and it is sacred. Mere accident. It is a divine conclusion. The person who hurt you might still attempt to charm you. They may employ the same old words, the same soft tone of voice, the same seemingly wounded gaze, but you will not succumb to it this time. Now you are consciously aware that genuine love never leaves you in doubt, never makes you feel as though you must earn it, never passively watches you. Because now you know, now you truly perceive. Suffer while remaining silent. This is not about seeking vengeance, it is about your divine redirection. Heaven never needed to punish them. Heaven simply needed you to awaken, and you are fully awake now. Finally, you may feel emotion surge after absorbing this. Allow yourself to weep if you must, not because you are weak, but because your spirit is at last being thoroughly cleansed. This marks the dawn of emotional liberation. You have carried them in your heart for such a prolonged period. You attempted to forgive them even when they exhibited no remorse. You tried to believe their silence was merely confusion, not outright carelessness. But now God is revealing to you precisely what it truly was. And it was not love. It was fear, fear of your inherent light. Fear of your intrinsic worth, fear of your destiny without their presence. But guess what? You are still standing strong, you are still evolving. And the narrative they abandoned, God is rewriting it without their inclusion on the final page. You are not behind schedule. You are not broken. You are blessed to be liberated from what you didn't even realize was impeding your progress. So embrace this impending heartbreak and rise with it. Do not flee from it. Do not numb its impact. Do not plead for the pain to cease. Allow it to happen. Let the message arrive. Let the truth surface. Let the confrontation, the confession, the exposure all come forth. Because once it departs from your doorstep, you will navigate life with a lighter step. You will love with greater strength. You will live with profound freedom. And the one who hurt you, they will observe, they will feel. They will recall the moment they lost the one person who loved them immeasurably. But you will heal completely. And you will no longer tolerate love that only bruises you. You will only accept affection that truly builds you up. My beloved, I, Archangel Michael, speak not merely as a messenger, but as your divine guardian, and I declare with all the power bestowed upon me from heaven. You are not alone in this journey. You are not destined to suffer indefinitely. You are being delivered. Even now, a significant shift is already commencing. Hearts are being stirred. Conversations are transpiring behind closed doors. Eyes are being opened, and your cherished name, is upon the lips of heaven. Let this heartbreak come. Let the old story conclude. Let the truth resound clearly. Because when it does, you will step into an entirely new season. Not with trepidation, but with a fierce fire, the fire of truly knowing who you are. The fire of never again compromising your worth. The fire of divine identity, the fire of being acknowledged by heaven and chosen for boundless joy. This is not the conclusion of your love story. This is the commencement of the chapter where you are loved in return fully, openly, without delay, without damage, and without a trace of doubt. So when the knock arrives, when the message appears, when the voice trembles on the other side of the truth, remember this. You do not require their apology to be whole. You do not require their return to be complete. You only require one essential thing: to say yes to God's divine plan for your profound peace. Close your eyes. Feel the significance of this moment. You are ready, at dove. This was your divine sign. Archangel Michael was sent to convey what your soul already intrinsically knew. It is time to release. It is time to heal. It is time to live in unwavering truth. Let it come. Let it hurt. Let it heal. Let it set you free. The truth is arriving at your home. And your freedom is walking in directly behind it. And now that you have heard it, now that your spirit has felt the subtle tremor of this divine warning enveloped in light, remain with me. Do not avert your gaze. This is not merely a message, it is a mirror. It is not solely to prophecy, it is divine permission. Permission from heaven for you to finally release what has been silently suffocating your joy. Because what is about to unfold, this heartbreaking message that is arriving at your home, will not utterly destroy you. It will unequivocally reveal you. It will unveil the parts of you that persistently forgave when you were the one bleeding. It will reveal the profound depth of your love even when you were left in the dark. It will demonstrate precisely how much you were willing to endure silently, patiently, faithfully. But no more silence, no more waiting. No more guarding their secrets at the expense of your own peace. Heaven has witnessed everything. The tears you swiftly wiped away before anyone could perceive them. The smiles you feigned so no one would dare ask questions. The nights you stared fixedly at your ceiling, replaying memories, questioning if perhaps it was your fault. But it was not, and now the truth, yes, the complete truth, is on its way. The heartbreak will arrive disguised as news. It will come wrapped in the voice of someone you once implicitly trusted. It might momentarily shake you. It might feel as though the very ground beneath your feet is shifting. But do not panic, because that is not the floor collapsing. Those are the chains breaking, and my child, chains are meant to break. You are being liberated from the trauma, liberated from the deception, liberated from the belief that your worth is dependent on someone else's validation. You are worthy because God intrinsically made you worthy. And no one's betrayal can ever rewrite that fundamental truth. They might have laughed mockingly when they departed. They might have boasted when they walked away. They might have assumed you would crumble, beg, and lose your inner light. But you did not. You held on steadfastly. You grew. You transformed. And now heaven is honoring your endurance with profound clarity. This heartbreak is not sent to punish you. It is sent to unequivocally confirm you. To confirm what your spirit always inherently knew, that you were never the problem. That you were never too much to handle. That your love was not wasted. It was pure. And the individual who mishandled it, they are about to comprehend what it truly means to lose something irreplaceable. Do not respond to them with anger. Do not react with rage, because your healing will resonate louder than any words you could possibly speak. Your peace will echo longer than any apology they will ever offer. And your silence infused with strength will be the most powerful lesson they will ever hear. Heaven is calling you to a higher spiritual ground now. A place where betrayal cannot reach, where manipulation cannot follow, where you are finally safe within the embrace of truth. Archangel Michael has already positioned his sword in the spiritual realm, not to wage war, but to sever the soul ties that have kept you trapped. Because you are not meant to exist in confusion. You are meant to walk in absolute certainty. And my child, that certainty is arriving with this message. Prepare yourself emotionally. Prepare your heart, because once the truth enters, it does not depart in the same manner it arrived. It transforms you, and this is your season of transformation. They believed they concluded your story, but they only penned the first chapter, the remainder. So when the doorbell chimes, when the message notification appears, when the person who vanished attempts to explain, stand tall, not out of ego but in profound peace, not out of pride but in inherent. God is writing it now, and He is writing it for your ultimate good. Power. You no longer need to prove anything to anyone, because God is demonstrating something profound through you. He is proving that no betrayal can derail a destiny. That no heartbreak can cancel a divine purpose. That no silence can erase a sacred calling. And your calling is far grander than this pain. Your future is far expansive than this singular moment. Your soul is ready for liberation. Do not close your eyes now. Do not numb this critical part of the process. Walk through it, even if it causes pain, even if it stings. Because what awaits you on the other side of this heartbreak is something you never quite expected, but always fervently hoped for. Genuine love, true peace, deep joy, clear direction, and an open heaven. But you must release what wounded you. You must embrace this heartbreak as a sacred message. Your period of mere survival is over. Now you step into boundless abundance. I, Archangel Michael, speak one final truth as I bring this message to a close. This heartbreak may feel like an ending, but it is truly an invitation. An invitation into the next iteration of yourself. the one who is not tethered to past pain, the one who is not haunted by what-ifs, the one who does not wait for others to acknowledge their worth, the one who finally lives fully and fearlessly. You are ready. You are divinely covered. You are protected. You are chosen. So let the heartbreak come. Let the truth arrive. Let the old elements burn away because you, my beloved, are about to ascend from these ashes. And now, as the atmosphere shifts around you, as your heart begins to unfurl like a blossom touched by the first warm rays of dawn, let this be your sacred, and your radiant glow will be evident to both heaven and earth. Confirmation. You were never meant to bear all this pain in solitude. The burden felt heavy because your love was profound. But even profound love needs to be reciprocated. It needs to be cherished. It needs to be returned, and what you offered was pure gold. Even if they treated it like dust, even if they walked away without a backward glance, even if they acted as though your heart held no significance, it did. It still does, and heaven observed it all. That is why Archangel Michael was sent to you to deliver not merely a message, but a powerful healing activation. What is arriving at your home will feel weighty, but only for a fleeting moment, because truth never remains heavy for long. Truth does not burden you, it uplifts you. You will begin to perceive signs after this. Not just signs in the sky or on your phone or in your dreams, but signs deeply within yourself. You will feel inherently stronger. You will cease overthinking. You will stop checking your phone anticipating their name. It will confirm what your soul whispered to you in moments of quiet reflection. That you were always honest, that you were always faithful, that you were always. You will stop questioning if perhaps you were the one who made the error, because the message that is about to arrive will eliminate all doubt. Authentic, and they were not. You will witness them attempt to distort the narrative. You will observe them blaming circumstances or confusion or someone else entirely. You will hear their explanations, but do not allow their voice to overshadow God's, because God is not confused. And neither is your soul any longer. Do you know what is coming next? Peace. Finally, not the kind you fabricate for others. Not the kind you have to persuade yourself to believe in, but genuine peace. Peace that blossoms when the heart understands it no longer has to carry the burden of someone who chose to depart. And even if they return, even if they plead, even if they articulate everything you once yearned to hear, you will know. You will know if it is sincere. You will know if it is too late. You will know whether to open the door or to keep it decisively closed. And that inner knowing, that serene clarity, it is a divine gift from God. This is not about seeking retribution. This is about achieving true freedom because you beloved are being elevated. You are being extricated from recurring cycles. You are being protected from further delays. You are being positioned for something far grander. And that implies that individuals who are still operating from a place of limited perception cannot accompany you. They were given their opportunity. They had your unwavering loyalty. They had your heart, and they cast it all into the flames. But you rose from those ashes. You rose with greater insight, more profound awareness, and more strength than you have ever possessed before. And now you are on the brink of stepping into a version of yourself that no one, not even the one who hurt you, has ever witnessed. You are going to radiate differently after this heartbreak. You are going to speak with greater authority. You are going to cherish yourself more deeply. You are going to gaze into the mirror and finally declare, "I know who I am now," and you will truly mean it. No more confusion, no more emotional games, no more waiting for someone else to validate what God has already affirmed within you. This is the final tempest before the glorious sunlight. This is the door closing before a radiant new one opens. When the news arrives, permit it to come. When the truth is revealed, let it speak for itself. When the H in your heart surfaces again, allow it to rise and then truly let it go. Because healing is not about never experiencing pain again. Healing is about finally recognizing that pain does not define you. God is meticulously authoring your next chapter. And He is no longer using the ink of betrayal. He is writing it with joy, with freedom, with a love so honest it does not wound, it heals. And the person who hurt you, they will witness your ascent. And they will realize too late that heaven was always steadfastly on your side. That the love they discarded was the very love they will never encounter again. Because you were never ordinary, you were divinely appointed. And now heaven is reassigning your peace, your joy, and your destiny, not to them, but directly to you. This heartbreak is heaven's way of declaring, you are done now. You have successfully passed the test, you have held on long enough. Now it is time to truly soar. Release it. Allow the light to enter. Let genuine love discover you, and never again confuse pain with purpose. Your purpose is greater, your calling is more resonant. And your time has finally arrived. You are about to enter your divine future. Remember that this message does not end with you. People can use your breakthrough to get where they need to go through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community, you can help this mission. By doing so, you are sowing into the awakening, deliverance, and restoration of souls who are still trapped in darkness. This is not poetry. When Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you," every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny. Fire snorts for your calling and safety for your family. Now is your time, my child. Have faith. And as you do, watch God multiply what you let go of. The one who hurt you will attempt to reach out. But by the time they do, you will occupy a different space, a higher plane, a place they cannot access, because your healing has elevated you. You are not the person you were when they departed. You are not the person you were when they lied. You are not the person you were when they caused you to doubt yourself. You are someone new. You are someone whole. You are someone free. And now, as the final portion of this divine message settles into your spirit, take one last profound breath. Exhale their name. Exhale the pain. Exhale the doubt. Because you are stepping into a new sanctuary now. And it is a space where only truth can thrive, only joy can breathe. Only divine love can endure. The heartbreak is not the end, it is the gateway. And my child, the gate has opened. And now, as your spirit finds solace in the warmth of this truth, I desire you to perform something simple yet sacred. Place your hand gently over your heart, just feel it. That is not merely a heartbeat, that is a sacred promise. That is the sound of life persistently moving forward, of your purpose continually unfolding even when others walked away. That is the sound of a soul that has bravely weathered every attempt to silence it. You did not merely survive the heartbreak, my beloved. You were powerfully reborn through it. The tears you shed did not go unnoticed. They nourished the very ground beneath you, and what is now burgeoning within you. this profound strength, this inner stillness, this burgeoning clarity. It is the harvest. A holy harvest cultivated from every seed of pain that you surrendered to God. And now you are about to witness what heaven has been cultivating in silence. The heartbreaking message that is approaching, it is not here to punish you. It is here to propel you forward, not into more suffering, but into profound peace. Because sometimes peace only arrives when every falsehood finally shatters. Sometimes peace comes only after complete fragmentation. And now something sacred is transpiring. You are not just healing. You are being called to a higher, more evolved version of yourself. Called to release the version of you that waited, that wept, and that worried if they would ever comprehend what they truly lost. They do now. They are already sensing it. That is precisely why they are restless. That is precisely why they repeatedly check your energy in silence. That is precisely why they think of you at unexpected hours, because their soul understands what their pride still fiercely tries to deny. You were the one. You were the safe heaven. You were the radiant light they never understood how to embrace. But now that light is no longer flickering, it is blazing fiercely. You are a divine fire that heaven has reignited. Not to burn others, but to illuminate and warm yourself. Not with the intention to destroy you, but to serve as a powerful reminder that even heartbreak, when perceived through the eyes of God, transforms into a holy turning. And when this message, this heartbreak arrives at your door in the form of a confession, a shocking truth, or a divine revelation, let it enter. Point. You will feel it. You will ache for a brief moment, but you will not break. Not this time, because now you know. You know that closure does not always manifest in words. It comes in profound awakening. It comes in the moment you finally cease blaming yourself. It comes in the instant you no longer require them to admit anything, because you have already understood everything yourself. You are your own closure now. You are your own source of healing. And what is coming next will feel immeasurably lighter. Because, my dear one, after this message is received, you will experience sleep differently. You will dream differently. You will traverse through spaces without questioning who might still be thinking of you. Because you will be thinking of yourself, not of them, not of the past, not of the pain, just you. And that is the exact moment heaven has been patiently awaiting. The moment you fall deeply in love with your own heart, one freedom, let the truth arrive. Let the heartbreak speak its piece. Let the pages turn, because this chapter, the one where you were hurt, confused, waiting for someone to return, is closing and an entirely new chapter is commencing. One that begins with you awakening each day and not hoping for their return. One where you awaken and offer gratitude to God that they departed. Because had they remained, you would have never encountered this magnificent version of yourself. The version that declares, I love myself far too much to remain where I am not honored. I choose peace over mere presence. I choose healing over painful history. I choose me, and so, Archangel Michael stands at the threshold of your profound transformation. Sword in hand, radiant light behind him. And with every beat of your heart, he whispers this sacred truth into your soul. You are free now, you are loved now, you are held now, and you are not going back. This heartbreak, it is the final goodbye you never had the opportunity to utter. It is the unspoken truth finally being articulated. It is the divine closure you were promised, but never truly received until this very moment. It may arrive tonight, it may arrive tomorrow, but it will arrive. And when it does, do not be afraid. Do not close the door. Do not hide from it. Stand still, breathe deeply, and declare in your spirit, I am ready. I am done carrying what was never mine to bear. I release them. I release the story. And I return fully to myself. Take a moment right now and type I return to myself in the comments. This is your personal declaration to heaven, a sacred covenant that you are reclaiming your power and stepping fully into your divine self. Because from this moment onward, it is not about what wounded you. It is profoundly about what is actively healing you. So rapidly, in fact, that soon you will not even recognize the version of you that once begged for major attention from individuals who were never destined to hold your sacred heart, because a new love and you, my beloved, are healing rapidly, is approaching. A new purpose is awakening, and it required this heartbreak to clear its path. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not lost. You are found. You are seen. You are carried. You are chosen. Let the news come. Let the heartbreak enter. Because after it departs, you will be standing beneath the clearest sky your soul has ever known. This divine truth is a powerful catalyst for change. Not just for you, but for all who resonate with it. By sharing, you activate the anointing in your own life, multiplying its reach and sharing this breakthrough, this freedom, and this divine alignment with your entire. Share this prophetic word with your loved ones and your community. Network. Be a vessel of transformation. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's take a moment to reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is not a stroke of luck. It is a direct message from Archangel Michael to you. He's extending his hand and inviting you into a protected, high-vibrational community where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This sacred principle is very simple, but it can change your whole life if you follow it. You won't just receive blessings. They will be multiplied and flow into every part of your life. By accepting this invitation right now, you are unlocking immediate early access to powerful content and divine insights that are hidden from the general world. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this sacred moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join Archangel Michael's inner circle immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. If you desire to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. And for those who feel called to amplify this work, a link to purchase the guided ebook is available, which is completely optional. But your presence, attention, and energy already mean the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.